All right, so welcome to the second is recorded original. So welcome to another exciting moment with Lenora. Oh, and Hydro Aviation are partnering with Lenora. So we are collaborating with Lenora for this workshop. So a very big thank you to Lenora for the collaboration. So today is the tree of our webinar, and already, like I said before, now we have our speaker on the call, who happens to be Mr. Chinemere Rema. So I will be doing that. I'll be doing his introduction very soon. So I'll be sharing my screen right away. Please do confirm that you can see my screen.
Not yet.
All right. Can you see now?
Not yet.
Oops. Oh, I think I'm not sharing full screen, right? So sorry. Well, I guess it should be up now. Can you see now?
Yes.
Coming up now.
All right, thank you. So welcome once again. I sincerely want to say very big thank you to everyone. And forgive my manners. Happy Sunday to everyone. So this is a derivation of, like I have earlier mentioned, and this is what we do every month. Most especially our webinars every month. I think there's no. I think the slide is just tactics from your. It's just tactics from your end, right?
Is it on the first slide? Oh, it's gone now.
All right.
It's like
Okay. All right. So this is what we do every month. Our webinars, and today or this weekend we are having our workshop and training. So thank you so much. Right, so if you have been following us, you know that I have been saying this over and over again. The proper purpose of Hydro Aviation, what we stand for, and what we try to achieve is simply to innovate. Hydro Aviation Hub innovates in hydrology and hydrogeology, leveraging research, data science. We want to apply the field of data science, machine learning, AI. As far as it's tech inclined, we want to see how to leverage the sectors in addressing water challenges, right? So our mission is to empower future experts, fostering contributions to global water sustainability. And so I'm encouraging you to join our transformative journey where innovation, collaboration, and advocacy shape a more water secure future, right? So in as much as possible that you want to see how to solve water related issues, this platform is where you could join and grow and see how to provide solutions to problems around as regards to water sustainability. All right. So this is what the webinar will look like. Then the welcome notes and introduction of the hub. So project objective, I'm moving forward from there, safety measures, introduction of the guest speaker, question and answer, and their closing remarks, right? So I will skip this part. So why you should join us is simply because either you're a machine learning developer, you are in tech, you are a geoscientist, you are a geophysicist, you are a surveyor, you environmentalist, whichever of the sectors you find yourself into, so far you want to provide solutions to environmental sustainability, Adria Vision Hub aligns perfectly with your interest, right? So joining this community provides a unique opportunity to combine your interest, my skills in data science, your skills in data science, and in your background in geosciences to address critical water-related challenges, right? The hub's commitment to advancing knowledge, fostering collaboration, and making a lasting impact on global water sustainability resonates with these values and making it an exciting and purposeful endeavor for you. Right? So I intentionally make it to be my. So when you're reading it from your own end, you'll be using the word my, right? So thank you so much once again. Okay, these are our ongoing research topics. Right. So I we just count through it. We have application of just GIS as regards to assessing the impact of urbanization in surface water quality, innovative technologies for non-invasive monitoring, and so on. So if you're interested, please do inform me. You will be assigned each of the ones you choose, right? So we're not compelling you to any particular speed. You make your choice, and then we see how to work with it. Currently, now, hydrovision is in need of you guys, is in need of you, your skills, your talent, your abilities to see how we can come up with find solutions to this problem. Like I said before, we are not streamlining ourselves to just a particular sector. We are diversifying, we are spreading our wings both internationally and locally. Like I said before, we are partnering with our international bodies to see how we can drive our mission and see how we can provide solutions to this problem. We spread our wings across all, but we are not limited, okay? So what we target, the research topics of hydrovision help targets a broad spectrum of issues related to hydrology, water quality, and environmental sustainability. The overarching goal is to contribute to the advancement in knowledge and development of innovative solutions to address pressing water-related challenges. Right. So sometime last year, yeah, we went for a pitch. It was a global pitch where we were trying to provide solutions to problems as regards to water-related issues. Sometime this year, we make our proposals and we are pitching, and also we did our research presentations globally, right? So we want to spread our wings across all birds. So that I'm saying it's not restricted to it's you are entitled to join, please. And we are seriously in need of your skills, your talents, your knowledge to see how we could provide solutions to this problem. What you just do simply is to reach out to me and then you'll be added to the platform. Thank you so much. All right, so in the course of this training or workshop of today, I want to encourage you to please to reduce eye strain. Wear the blue light glasses if you have them. Adjust your screen brightness to a comfortable level. Sit in a comfortable and well-supported chair. Position your computer screen at eye level to avoid neck strain. Take short breaks to stretch and move around. Have a glass of water to stay hydrated. It is very, very important. Ensure a stable internet connection and uninterrupted participation. Mute your microphone when you're not speaking, please, to reduce background noise. Use the rain hands features if you have any questions or comments. Participate actively in the section by asking questions and sharing your insights through the chat of the raise hand so you could talk. Then choose a quiet and well-lit environment for participation. So inform those around you about the webinar to minimize interruptions. Thank you so much. So today we have our speaker, Mr. Emeribe Rema. I beg your pardon, Mr. Emeribe Rema. Right, so Mr. Ramachin Emeribe is an experienced information technology specialist with a demonstrated history of working in the information technology and services industry, right? Skilled in Google Earth Pro, AutoCAD, SQL, Micro Excel, ArcGIS products, analytical skills, teamwork, and leadership. He has a strong information technology He's a professional in strong information with a Bachelor of Technology, BTech, focus in surveying technology stream, surveying from Federal University of Technology, Owerri. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow geologists, professionals on the call, please Do also welcome Mr. Rema Emeribe. Thank you. All right, sir, you can have the floor while I um stop
All
sharing.
right, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Um, I welcome you all to this webinar, and I hope it's going to be very interesting and interactive. I hope you all can hear me, right? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
please.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, today we are looking at the use of Google Earth Pro in um, in the field of hydrogeology and environmental sustainability. We know that a whole lot of things are moving faster into the era of using AI, and some of this AI is basically the knowledge of human beings, which is being collected together and then embedded on those machines or those programs in order to run some of these things. And today we are looking at Google Earth, and we know that Google Earth is, I see it as a benchmark for whatever I'm doing. Sorry, I'm a surveyor by profession, although not registered yet, but I'm on the process. And for a couple of years from the university days, I've been working with Google Earth. In fact, one of the reasons why I have to do change of course to surveying was because I was on site on a particular day with somebody that is not a professional, just a skilled fellow, and we it was this second Niger bridge, so we came to survey some part of the land, and along the line, that second Niger bridge was a waterlogged area, a swamp area, and we couldn't enter inside because of how flooded that area is. So along the line, a surveyor, which is my boss now, came to the site, and he was now narrating how the place looks like, the way the water flow, how the water flows inside towards a particular side where the water was joining with another water, and he was describing some things inside that place. So I was like, what is this? This man has not been on this side before, and how is it that he's now telling us what is inside that place? Because actually, the person that took me to the site called some persons, or all these local villagers, to go inside there to go and know how things are. So they already brought the report, telling us the report of how that place looks like, because that was almost, let's say, almost 5 kilometers away. So, and this man, just a humble gentleman, came and was describing. I was like, what is the secret of what this man is doing? I said, no, I'm going to push for this course further. I have to go and do change of course, and then switch to surveying. That there and then, that's when I realized that there is a whole lot in the field of surveying and the field of mapping. And basically, what the my boss then used was Google Earth. He used the Google Earth to see how the water flows. He used it to see how the place looks like, to see the boundaries of the water, and then also to check and to know the part that is more deeper than each other. So these are the things that we can actually do on Google Earth. And but before we proceed, I don't know if we've already downloaded the software. I sent the link to my friend Victoria. I don't know whether you guys have downloaded the Google Earth Pro, so we could look at some things.
It was full. That box full.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, so
Yeah, I don't know.
let me share my screen now so you guys can follow through. Um,
Okay.
okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, please.
Okay, okay. So once you launch your Google Earth, open your Google Earth on your screen. Once you launch your Google Earth, this is how it will look like. Are you with me?
Yes.
Hello? Are you with me? Okay, okay, but it's like I'm only hearing one person. I don't know for others whether you are still with me or
We are with you.
okay.
Sorry, I want to
So
ask a
once
question. Can you hear
okay,
me?
yes, I can hear you.
So I tried downloading it, but I'm getting an error. There's a message that is saying the URL does not appear to be valid or the server may be temporarily down. So I don't know why I'm getting that error.
Wow. Please, is there any other person that is having that same issue?
No, I don't know. The network is bad today. Even myself is lagging.
Oh, okay. My brother, see what you will do. Maybe you have to try again later so that because basically that's also where some persons downloaded theirs from too. So maybe you try again later.
All right.
Are you
Okay.
getting me?
I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. So once you launch your Google Earth, this is how it will look like. Is it's going to show you the map of the world. Hope you can see it. And
Yes.
for me, since we are in
So
Nigeria, hello,
Yes, I'm with you.
hello. Okay, so we are looking. We want to look for Nigeria now. For those that
can't see
cannot,
your screen now.
you say you can't see my screen.
No, I
I
can
can see
see
your
it.
screen.
Maybe it's from the person's hand. Maybe network also from his end.
Okay, okay, okay. So once you open your Google Earth, the elementary thing to do is to search your location. Now, let's say I'm looking for, I'll be using my alma mater, Federal University of Technology, Owerri, for example. So you come to this search box. Look at my, look at this place. Can you see it? This place.
Yes.
Yes.
Then search your location. I'm looking for Futo, Owerri. Okay. And now click on search. Now this is Futo. So wherever you want to work on, let's say you want to look for, let's say Abuja or a particular place in Abuja or Lagos, just come to this search box and look and search for it. It will take you directly to that place. And once you are there, then you can now begin to do whatever you want to do. Now, in terms of hydrogeology, there are some things we need to know that we can actually use this Google Earth for. You see that this Google Earth, it allows hydrogeologists to visualize topographical features and landscape. We can use it to look at the features around a particular place. And you know that there are some topographic features that affect the runoff of the water or affect the either the expansion of the water or the boundary of the water. There are some waters that as time goes on, you see that those waters are expanding with time. Some are coming closer with time because human activity is trying to bring rechannel the water. That was about last week. Last week, I went to go and walk in a particular place around a particular river here here where I am now, and the water divided into two. The water divided into two, and it created its own part, two parts. Now, they called me for the person that brought the job was like I should measure till the end of the first part. He said that they are going to rechannel the water to move only on one part. That is human activity. Now they wanted to rechannel the water to be moving on one part, thereby they want to be able to harness that particular land so that they can be able to make money and stuff like that. So you see that human activity, there are some activities that may affect the boundary of a river. And that's why some of these things you must not be able to go to site to go and see these things. Now, wherever that particular place you are, with Google Earth, you can tell what is around that place. Like now, this is my Federal University of Technology, Owerri. This is the gate. This is the front gate here. I hope you can see my screen. This is the front gate. Then somewhere here is the back gate. Now we can see that there is a river. This river, we call it Otamiri River. Otamiri River. This river passing through where Alvan, for those that know Owerri very well, that particular water that is at the back of Alvan, you can see that when you look at it here, you see how the water was coming down, entered Futo, cut across Futo, and is still going towards other places. So with this, you can be able to, from here, I can tell you that I can determine the boundary of this river at Futo. Are you with me? Hello?
With you.
Yes,
Yes.
you're with
You can continue.
So I can determine the boundary of this river in Futo at Futo, and also be able to tell, be able to give or be able to map out the pattern at which the water flow. Are you getting me? At a particular given accuracy, because this Google Earth basically will not, even in the world of surveying, we don't have 100% accuracy. It's only God that can give you that kind of accuracy. No matter even with the AI and the technology, you cannot um, you cannot be able to get 100% accuracy because there are some factors that may affect whatever you are measuring or whatever you are trying to depict in a particular field. So yeah, we can, at least to some extent, we can be able to determine, okay, look at the path at which this water flows, or look at the path at the boundary of this water. I remember before my project topic was changed, um, I was supposed to determine the depth of this particular river using satellite imagery. but the project was later changed to another river. So um, if we are to determine the boundary of this river, for us to determine the boundary of this river, and then to be able to tell how or to be able to show the pattern at which the river flows, we can go to we can use some of these tools. Now look at this place. Are you seeing this thing? This place my mouse is this yellow icon. Can you see it?
Yes.
Now this yellow icon is to give you coordinates of a particular place. Now let's say I want to get the coordinates of this place. This is photo gate. The point at this is photo. The gate is somewhere here, and then there is an extension before you get to this road leading to Naked or leading to Port Harcourt Road. So let's say I want to determine the coordinate of this place, because some of these things will work with coordinates. I know some of you know about some of these things called we work with coordinates. Is the coordinate that will actually give us the correct position of a particular point. Now, where you are, that position where you are has a unique coordinate in the geographic system, and here Google Earth gives you option of choosing whether you want to use latitude or longitude, whether you want to use easting or nothing. Very important, because whatever you are doing, you need to actually define accurately the location of where you are working on. So this icon is to determine or to be able to tell that this is some persons use it. Okay, some persons use it to show, okay, this is my area of study. Um, so with this, you can determine that this, okay, here is the boundary, and look at the coordinate of this is the coordinate of this particular position in UTM, Universal Traverse Marketer. This is the coordinate. This coordinates wherever you are, it can never be the same with another location. You cannot get exactly this same coordinate in another place. Once, even those in America, wherever you are, once you type this coordinate on this coordinate in a system that uses UTM, you see that it will bring you here. It doesn't change, and there's also an option for you to change this to latitude and longitude in case if you are working with latitude and longitude. Personally, I work with UTM coordinate. Now, what you need to do is to come to tools. Please, we don't have all the time to be going through all these things one by one, but as time goes on, you'll be seeing the need where this thing, because some of the things here you may not really need it in the maybe when you want to do your analysis, but the basic ones you need. That's where I'm uh, I'm pointing out. So now you can see when you go to tools, click on options. Here you will see show latitude and longitude. Now it gives you option of to select whether you want to use the degree, minutes, and seconds. It gives you option whether you want to use decimal degree. That decimal degree is your what's it called? Your normal latitude and longitude, which also your Google Map also uses. Now, if assuming you want to visualize, um let's say you want to sorry, I've been able to change this thing to latitude and longitude. Can you see the coordinate now? It has changed to latitude and longitude 5 point something something, 6 point something something. Now with these coordinates now, you can use it on Google Map, because Google Map, this is what it uses. Google Map
Hello, sir.
does not.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sir, just a quick one. Please, I want you to try to see how to redo that. I don't know if you are sharing your whole screen. Like,
Yes, I'm sharing my whole screen.
Okay, because so at the point it was hanged. At the point it stopped sharing for the whole place. At the point it stopped sharing. And like at the point it stopped moving, like alongside what you are saying. So please, I we want you to just go back to the place. I think the particular points. Just go back a little.
Okay. I was talking about your coordinate system, how you can be able to change it. So, and I said, if you want to change it, maybe you are not working with UTM coordinates, um, and you are working with what's it called, latitude and longitude. This is where you come and change it. So when you click on tools, options, so you can now put
It's
it
not
on decimal
moving.
degree.
Sorry, sir. Can you stop sharing and then join again? See how to share your entire what's it called? Is it Windows or screen? Not just one, so that it will move alongside what you're speaking.
Um, are you sure it's not from your end? Because I'm also monitoring what I'm doing here
It's
with
not
my
from our
phone.
end. It's not from our end.
It is all from
We are
our
all
end.
experiencing the same thing.
Okay,
It is all going the
okay,
same. We are not seeing where your pop-ups coming.
okay. I've stopped sharing. Let me start it all over again. Okay, you mean I should share my entire screen, right? Instead of
Yes, sir.
particular.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. It's better, right? Hello? Okay,
Yes, I
okay.
think it's okay
So
now. Okay now.
so I said maybe you are working with latitude and longitude. This is where you have to change it, which is decimal degree. Once you change it, you click OK, it will automatically change. So now when you use this thing, this particular icon, you use it to determine. Let me still use this river boundary. Okay, okay. So here, this place is showing me the coordinate of this place. So I can here rename it as boundary B1. Let me rename it as B1. Hope you can see it. Then I click OK. Now it's fixed here. I can now add another one depending on what I want to do, or depending on whatever you want to do. Now, this thing is also applicable for those using GIS. Maybe you want to georeference your Google Earth image on ArcGIS, or on the what's it called? I've forgotten this other software that we also use. So in case you want to georeference your work, hello?
Yes, we can hear you. You make
Okay.
QGIS.
Yes, QGIS. Yes. Thank you very much. So, in case you want to georeference your work, this is what you also do. With this thing now, you don't basically need, because some of these things are for academic purposes, and if it's something that you needed to obtain a very high accuracy, you also need to go for ground now, like going on ground to see if what is on this image is actually what is on ground. Because assuming there are changes, this this Google map normally updates, I think every 6 months, be every 3 months or so. So you can imagine if let's say it's every 3 months, and the last image was captured at in March, and you are working in April, or you are working in May, so you can see that interval between the last time the Google Earth was was updated, and the time you are trying to carry out your uh, project, you may see that there may be some little changes. Are you getting me? So that's why sometimes you need to go for graduating. But apart from that, for academic purposes, well, it can still be acceptable, and you may just write that this particular, you may just put it in your report that this particular image was captured at so time. So you are using the imagery of a particular time to do that particular analysis. So these things are what will guide you when you want to do your georeferencing. You've already have the coordinate. Now look at this place. Now we also put a point here and click OK. Let's OK B2. Let's rename it B2. Okay. So with these two now, you can use it to georeference this particular image. Assuming you want to work with this particular image, you want to determine, or you are working on a project on this particular river, whether this Otamiri River, which cut across Futo, and I don't know what they call this other big part. Is I don't know what whether this particular place. I think it has another name, and even also this part, I think it may also have another name. But let's say you are working on this particular river, this particular one that is cutting across Futo, that uh, which is Otamili River. Now, for you to be able to work with this thing on Google, on ArcMap, ArcGIS, you need to georeference your work so that your work will not, you will not be working uh, in in Nigeria, whereas the coordinate you are using is already at China. It's still possible if you do not georeference your work. That's why your work need to be on coordinates so that when you print your work, and the person or the lecturer will know, oh, this is actually the correct location of this place. Of course, when you are talking about your study area, your coordinate system, your coordinate needs to be described. So if you want to georeference it, now it's advisable when you're working on ArcGIS to uh, spread out. You don't just use points that are very close. From experience, to georeference your work, your imagery. Are you getting me? For those that have used ArcGIS, you might have come across some of these things, because there are sometimes when you georeference your work, it may turn upside down. So some of the reason is this: when you want to georeference an imagery, don't just, let's say you want to georeference this image. I will also show you how to download this particular image. Now, when you want to georeference this image, I won't, if I'm to work with this, I will not use these 2 points. Sorry, these three to georeference. What I will do, I will have to spread my point to somewhere here. Are you seeing this place? I will put one here and say, okay, I'm not naming this one. I will put another one here and said, okay, I'll put another one here. Okay, okay. So you can use 3 or 4 points to georeference your work. There are a whole lot of ways to maneuver whatever you want to do. Now with this thing, I can save this particular image and then move it over to my ArcGIS for my for further analysis, because Google Earth is quite limited. You cannot do some of the geospatial analysis on Google Earth only. You need some other tools in order to be able to um, get to a particular result, because sometimes you may not just need only Google Earth. You also need some other imagery like sentinel imagery, maybe all this what's it called, some of this imagery you may actually get from USGS satellite imageries. You may also need them to embed both of them. Now you see why the coordinate system of your work needs to be correct, because if you are working with some of these satellite imagery that are already on the correct coordinate system, and you did not actually define your coordinate system on your Google Earth imagery, the image will not overlap. You may import sorry, if you do not reference your work very well, it will not overlap. Now, there are some, this Google Earth now is a particular camera on the space that is actually capturing this image. This Google Earth image is a particular camera on the space that is actually capturing it. But yet there are some other cameras on the in the space that has a very high resolution that can be able to penetrate, even to penetrate different layers of the earth crust. I don't know if you are getting me. So camera differs. There are some cameras that have those kind of features to penetrate different layers, and so therefore your Google Earth image may not actually give you all you have. Then you needed an external imagery from, maybe satellite imagery from either Sentinel or what's it called? I'm trying to remember this other popular imagery that everybody knows. So you may decide to bring in this external imagery in order to support your work. Now, it cannot overlap if you do not reference well. That's why some of these things are basic things that you need to know, so that when you are doing your analysis, you will not be having problem, so that your image will be actually to fit into the correct position of the place. So assuming we want to save this image, look at this place. There is save button here. Save. There's save button here. So once you click on this save button, it will show. It will bring different details. Now there is a legend. It's trying to give me legend of places where of different places around this imagery. You can see 3A Atre Brigade Obinze. That's the military barracks at Obinze. You see Arsenal Golf Club. You see Diamond Bank. I think this Diamond Bank is inside photo. You see feature one, feature two. So some of these things, you can see it all over inside this particular image, this place I'm working on. But there is a feature, there is a place where you can turn some of these things on. Now, some of you that may just launch your Google Earth Pro, you may not be able to see, maybe you are not seeing all these roads, you are not seeing some of the name of your layers here. Can you see this place? Please, if you are not with me, oh, please kindly notify me so that I can go back a little. So this place now, you can see primary database, you can see announcements, you will see borders and labels, you will see places, you see photos, you see roads, you see 3D building, you will see weather. In fact, this weather, if you turn it on now, sometimes you will see that the weather, there will be a kind of cloud cover on the image conditions at that tree gallery. So some of these things you have to turn it on in order to see some of the features you are looking for. But for me, I don't really I don't need this legend when I'm trying to work on ArcGIS or when I'm trying to do some analysis. So I don't need it. I'll just turn it off. I'll come to map options. Go this map options and uncheck it. You see your compass. It will also show you compass, your notes. It will show you scale legend. I normally turn everything off because I don't really need them. And because I needed to see everything clearly, I always select resolution maximum so that the quality of the image will be a bit high, and I will be able to view it on Google Earth. So basically, once you are done with this setting, you click on save. when Once you click on save, that name the image and then select the location where you want the image to save in, then your image is you are good, okay with your image. Now Apart from that, assuming you, if maybe let's say you don't really want to work with Google Earth, sorry, ArcGIS, you can also do some things on this Google Earth. Now, there are some options that Google Earth Pro comes with. You can see add polygon, this icon here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Please, I think you may need to zoom in this particular slide, this screen I'm sharing on your phone, so that you can be able to see this thing. Now, this thing is add polygon, and look at how it is being done. Maybe you are working on this particular river. You can use it to add. Okay, this is where I'm working on. This is the area I'm working on. Are you seeing it? Now, for those of you that actually knows about that uses ArcGIS or QGIS, you see that this is how we normally do our tracing. Do our, yes, like you want to digitize. This is how we digitize on ArcGIS or QGIS. So you can see that you can actually do it here. And apart from this particular option, there is another option for, which is paths. This one, look at the difference. Let's say you are working on this. I hope you are seeing my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll say okay. Are you seeing the difference? Hello, are you with me?
Yeah, with you, sir.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So look at the difference. You can see that the difference is clear. This one, it may not really, it's not really showing you what you are tracing, but even if you want to do it carefully, you can still do it carefully. But this particular one is transparent. It will actually show you what you are doing, uh, what you are digitizing. So these are the difference between some of these things. And this thing can now be converted to shapefile. Whatever, I think, whichever tool you are using for geospatial analysis, you should know what a shapefile is. Um, you can use it, even those that are using AutoCAD. We also work with shapefile. Those using using ArcGIS and QGIS and some other GIS software. You see that there is always an option for you to import a shapefile. Now, the shapefile, once you import it, assuming I save this particular image and then bring it to Google and bring it to ArcGIS, or maybe whichever platform I want to use it. But you can actually do it in such a way that you can, with this now, you can save this as a shapefile, convert it to save it as a shapefile, and then continue your work outside there. Now you see that with this particular art part or art polygon, we are actually tracing the boundary of this river. As at today, this is the boundary of this river. As at today, this is the boundary of this river. Now, there is also an option for you to know what has been happening around this place for some years ago. In my field of study, like my boss, whenever we have a land dispute, maybe you can see some person, they will be lying, telling you that in 2004 that there was a building in this my land, or in 2010 I built a particular structure here in this my land. People can be lying just because of land issue, land matter. Now, what we normally do in my field is to use this imagery or use this Google Earth to see whether this person is actually saying the truth or not. So also in this river, you can be able to use this Google Earth to know whether this river actually expanded or it actually became narrow, because human activity can affect whatever that is going on. There are a whole lot of environmental factors that may affect the just like the story I told you, where the owner of the land wants to rechannel the water. So now you see that if I want to work with that imagery as of if I'm working with that imagery as of last month, um, it may not actually depict what it is on ground today, because human factor has already affected what is going on there. So, but for this webinar, we can use this to actually, as of today, to determine the boundary of this particular river. You can just trace it out with either art part or so. But personally, I prefer to use uh, parts, so that because it shows me what I'm doing. I'll be seeing what I'm doing. You will gradually trace it till maybe you get to where you are okay. Okay, okay, and that's it. Turn it here and say okay. So this is it. I've been able to digitize this particular part on the boundary of this river on this particular part. Now, when you get to, there are some water logs in Futo. You can see this place. You can see there is a waterlogged area here. People in geologists, you can hydrogeology, you can see that they can maybe work on a particular project or determine the flow rate of this river or determine the depth of this river and stuff like that. There are a whole lot of things you can use some of these things to do. Now, you don't necessarily need to go there. With this thing, you are now seeing that there is a waterlogged area, this place now. And if you go on ground, I've visited this particular place before when they gave us an assignment to determine the current of this water. The current of this water as practicals when we did hydrographic. This water was just stagnant, and it just it was just moving out from a particular location. And so you see that here you can actually see what is going on around the region where you are working on. Are there buildings around this place? Are there what is the level of human activity? What is the level of vegetation around this place? So it gives you an idea of what you are looking for at a glance, like gives you an idea of okay what you are embarking on. You are working on you have a project to work on. The first thing you need to do, okay, I have a project on, I needed to determine, like when I did my project on in the water depth of LLM1 river in River State, I have to quickly go to Google Earth. I needed to see where the LLM1 river is. Are you getting me? I needed to see where it is. I now searched on Google Earth. I said, okay, take me to LLM River. So the thing now brought me to LLM. Oh, I said, okay, this is where I'm working on. This is how it looks like. And I didn't visited that site for one day. I defended my project, and it was very nice. So, but within Google Earth, I was able to see what is going on there. I saw everything that is going on around that particular place, how the river, the pattern at which the river flows, and then I also look at the boundary of the river and look at the human activities, topographic features around that particular place. Now you can see that in this around this particular place where we are working on, you see that there is no building here. Are you seeing it? There's no building, and when you go on ground, all these places there is no building. It's only, in fact, you hardly see farmers around this particular place. They don't even farm around this, but it's only you can only see people animals grazing around here. Uh, This is where you see Fulani herdsmen. This is where all their cows, you see their cows. Sometimes there are some places that you maybe at the point where when the camera is capturing the image, you will see that the camera also captures some cows maybe lying down. That's what I'm trying to see if you can even see it on this image. So you see, there is no activity around this place. So with this, I can be able to say, oh, well, my analysis in particular is becoming clearer because I know what to do. I know how I'm going to navigate um, using this Google Earth. So there are a whole lot of other things you can actually do to make your work beautiful, but some of them for higher level of education, you don't solely depend on Google Earth. I have to tell you the truth because there are some the cameras that capture the cameras which the Google Earth is using may not actually give you everything you need. Basically, you can run your analysis with this. You can run your analysis with it. You can determine the depth of this river, but you know you definitely have to go for ground heating to do that. Okay. You can this now you can see here we are already seeing the boundary of and the shape of the river and all of that. So there are a whole lot of things you will need actually do, but you don't solely depend on this Google Earth for your work to be accepted in maybe your master's degree or your PhD because they will question you a lot. Are you getting me? So I have to tell you the truth. So you need to bring in Google Earth image. You also need to bring in some other images, incorporate them, and be able to get what you are looking for. Now, Google Earth can also give you a 3D. You can actually also see a 3D of what you are working on. Now, let me show you one fantastic something about this Google Earth. Actually, in Nigeria, let's say our 3D modeling is yet to come into place, but there are some places where you will actually see the what's it called, the 3D of a particular place. You know, here what we are seeing on this Google Earth is 2D. Now look at you can see it's giving you a three. It can also give you a 3D, but it's not showing you exactly with image on how the place looks like. Now you can work on this. Like I did a particular. I don't know whether that image is still here. Sorry, I want to open a particular image so you see what I'm talking about. Okay, look at this image here. You can see this. This is the study area map of somebody in the person is I did this thing for somebody when I was in school for somebody in environmental management. So he wants to see how this is that same particular river we are talking about. I seen it. He used this. I used this to digitize the but this thing was done on Google Earth. But the base map at which I used for this thing is Google Earth to do this particular. It was Google Earth that I downloaded the Google Earth imagery and I was able to digitize it on Google Earth. This thing, what I mean by digitizing it on Google Earth is this thing we are doing here. This adding part, I prefer using ArcGIS because it will give you a very good view. Now you can imagine the work looks fine here. There is another image I wanted to show you, but you can imagine when you present your work like this, is it makes it more beautiful than leaving your work like this. Are you getting me? So that's just it. So you see that for higher learning, you need to employ some other tools in order to work. Now, for Nigeria, I was telling you something that Nigeria, the 3D is not actually showing you exactly what you are looking for, but there are some countries that when you look at it, it will actually give you a 3D of the topographic features within that particular place. Let me go to somewhere like London. So I will show you because for when you are doing something or when you are working on uh, a particular location, you see that the topographic features may actually affect your analysis. So sometimes you need to bring it into consideration in order to in order your for your work to be uh, better. So I'm trying to open up this particular place. So I will show you what I mean by the 3D. Nigeria is still coming up with, I don't know how it is being done, whether the Nigerian government or maybe the Nigerian Geospatial Analysis Society are the ones that will work on this thing or not. But I was able to navigate as I was trying to walk around the Google Earth. I saw something beautiful. I I think network is the thing is trying to load. Okay, it's coming up small, small. It's coming up small, small. Um, Please just exercise a little patience while the thing loads. It's, it needs a very strong network for this thing to load. It's just that I wanted to show you that of 3D, and you see how some of these countries how their 3D looks like. Now there was a case study where somebody that is working on pollution wanted to um the person is working on water pollution, and she doesn't know how to go about it. And I suggested use Google Earth for your base map. You can use Google Earth too, in order to at least to know, have an idea of what you are looking at. Now you need to determine where this pollution may be coming from. I needed to move back. Let's say, in at that particular location in Futo, you see that assuming there is a water pollution at that Otamiri River, we are now what we should be looking at is where uh, are we looking at as the source of the pollution. If there is a water pollution in Futo, we should be looking at where is the source, what can be the source of this water pollution, where is this water coming from? So now we can now trace it from, oh, this water is coming from Alvan. This water is coming from this particular place. Without Google Earth, you may not be able to have an idea of what you are working on. The only thing is you don't rely on they say maybe you will now ask somebody. I know that this river is coming from so and so. I know that this river is coming from so and so. No, you need to see it yourself and be sure of what you are doing. That this river is actually coming from this particular um. Is somebody with me?
Yes,
Hello.
yes,
Yes,
where were you?
yes, we see.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Are you seeing it?
Yes,
This is White Comb Street in Dubai. This street I am near is White Comb Street in Dubai. You see how it's as if I'm walking on the street. Are you seeing the 3D of this particular place? Can you see it?
yes, yes,
Exactly, exactly. So you see that's why I say maybe Nigeria. I don't know how this thing is being updated on Google Earth, or although these countries are already developed, unlike Nigeria. Nigeria is not really developed. So you see that here you can see the 3D. The 3D, you can be able to do your analysis. Assuming you want to do your work on the like you want to actually determine maybe the depth of this particular building or something. It's very easy because it's showing you here. Now, for that of water, um, if there is a water body, it will be easier for you to do that also. But you see, for that of Nigeria, when I did my project determining the depth of the river, I also have to go for ground dating. Now, that ground dating, I was able to work after determining the depth of the river. Are you getting me? I used Google Earth, I used Sentinel imagery. Both of them I use overlay both of them on ArcGIS to determine the depth. Now I now compare at each particular spot. Now my project I did it on either 5 or 10 meters interval. So I now begin to compare and contrast at so particular point, look at the depth I determined and look at the depth at which we determined on site. So I was now comparing because the project was actually to know whether the conventional method of determining the depth of a river is better than um, determining whether the satellite method of determining the depth of a river is better than that of conventional method. And that was my project. So I was now trying at the end of the analysis, I was now comparing, oh, this is this at this particular point, look at the depth of the river, and you see that you see the differences are not much. The differences are not much. Now, if I may ask you, that river that you know, let's say River Niger, do you know the depth of River Niger? You don't know it, but you can use Google Earth imagery and maybe some other imagery to determine the depth of River Niger. Now, if you run an analysis and have an idea of okay, River Niger is um 30 meters deep, 30 meters deep. Are you getting me? And maybe when you go on ground using your maybe either your echo sounder or something to determine the depth of that river, echo sounder, or there are different kinds of echo sounder. There are some that scan the whole water body. Maybe they scan it as a camera, and there are some that will be sending signals, and the signals will bounce back. So they will now calculate the time it takes for the signal to reach the bottom of the river and then come up, and then the speed. I getting me to determine the depth. So you see that you can use some of these things. If you have an error of 0.5 meters, wow, it's a good one. You've been able to do your analysis. Even when I read some papers, some of the papers I read online, they will tell you that, oh, This is for academic purpose and not for maybe normal infrastructural development purposes. This analysis, some papers outside they did in different countries and all of that. Are you getting me? So, but at least it gives you an idea of what you are working on. Whether you are working on, let's say, that you are working on River Niger. Now, you see that when you are doing that analysis, there are some things you need to observe in your data when you are running the analysis. But those kinds of how do they put it? To big analysis. Let me put it that way. Complex analysis will not be done on Google Earth alone. That's why I say you need to employ external sources, use ArcGIS and Google Earth as a base map in order to work on those things. So if you are working on those things and gives you a clue of what you are working on, fantastic. You've been able to do your work perfectly, no stress. And now you do your analysis and you're having 0.5 meters away. When you tell me that River Niger is um 30 meters deep, and I visited the site and I checked and it's 30.5 meters deep. What is the difference? And at some point in your data, you see that some points will be 30, some may not be 30, some may be 20, some may be 10. At those things that are occurring, you should be able to know that, oh, there is possibility that there is a particular material, there is a rock inside the water that is making this place to be like this, or there is a presence of a particular uh, material in this particular spot. So these are the things we look at when we are doing geospatial analysis. When you begin to look at the data you have after running your analysis, you see that your data will be able to tell you'll be able to tell, oh, at some point, at this particular point, I have this kind of data. At this particular point, I have this kind, let's say between point A and B. Between point A and B, you now have a particular point between point A and B. A is 30 meters, B is 30 meters. Why is at the center, which is AB, not 30 meters? Now it gives you an idea. Oh, there is a presence of something here. There is something happening at this particular point. Maybe there is a rock. Maybe there is a particular material in this particular place. Okay, let's go and look for it. We need to go and sort it out. There's something here. There's something here. Now, how do you track it out? It's still this analysis you are doing here. That's why I have to show you, tell you about the coordinates. You now use this particular coordinates to track that point. Are you getting me? Your Google Earth can actually, sorry, your Google Map can actually give you an idea of the location. Now, it will not give you like the Google Earth, the Google Map may not be able to give you like 1 meter accuracy. But if it gives you like 5 meters, you just know that, oh, if this place is just giving me this point, that means there is something around this particular place. I hope you are getting me. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So you just know that there is something around this place. So you can use the coordinates to go and track that particular point. When you track it out and you begin to consult some other professionals, geologists. Oh, let's look at what is happening here. Let's look at what is happening here, and all of that. You see that you've been able to know that there is something here without even going on ground to know whether something is here or not. Are you getting me? So these are the things we can use Google Earth to do. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Okay. There is another thing I did show you on Google Earth. You wanted to get a history. I think I've shown you. I've shown you how for some maybe let's say 2 years ago. Okay. Sorry. So let's say we wanted to know how this place looks like. So I think I've shown you before. You click on this particular place. Let me go back to my location. Let me return back to my place. Okay. So here, this our point here. I want to know what is going on around this particular place. Now, when you click on historical imagery, are you seeing it? Are you seeing this particular button? This place,
Yes, yes.
historical. When you click on it, you will see it gives you a slide for you to move. Look at this particular place,
Sorry, sir. I don't know if it's from my
2024.
own end. I'm so sorry, sir. Hello,
Okay, okay.
can you hear me,
I
sir?
can hear you.
Sorry
Yes,
for
I can
record
hear you.
purpose. I don't from my own end. I actually cannot see your cursor moving.
You can. Are you seeing it now? Hello?
No. Don't worry. Let me. No, no, don't. Let me go off and come back.
Please,
I can see it moving.
just to
Maybe it's
confirm.
network on my hand.
Okay, okay, okay. So from here, you can slide down to let's say 2020 and see what is happening here. You can see as of 2020, this is how this place looks like. This is how the place looks like, and see how the place looks like. Now, observe very well. In 2024, look at this particular place. You see that the river expanded to this point. Are you getting me? Hello? Is somebody here with me?
Yes, yes, I'm with you.
So, are you seeing what is happening here? In 2017, the river, I'm sorry, in 2024, the river expanded to this point. But here, look at 2017. It's not. Are you seeing it now? So, these are the
Yes.
things you can check. These are the things. Look at this place too. But when we go to 2024, are you seeing it? So, in 2017, we can see that there was a vegetation cover. You see, there is a vegetation cover even though the water was there, but some of these places may be swampy or something because of this vegetation around that place. But you see that in 2024 is now a pure river. There was no vegetation cutting across this particular path we created. So these are the things you can see using this historical button. You can see how the place, even in topographic pictures, you can see, oh, you can do analysis, oh, in so and so, this building was not there, in so and so, this building was there, and all of that. So some of these things, you can also see it on Google Earth. This is very handy. This is very handy. And look at this place. Look at this place now. This particular place I talked about that time. This particular place. Look at it in 2024. Are you seeing it? It's purely water. But in 2017, there is how this place looks like. Look at how is water, but you see that the boundary was somehow it was somehow when I went to this particular place, you can see that the vegetation, like it was, it's like they created a particular boundary for that particular place. So you see, the water is not actually crossing a particular boundary. I don't know, it's like a waterlogged area. Let me put it that way. Are you getting me? But you see, this one, you see that, okay, you can see a point where maybe, I think this is where the river maybe um, flowed from the river from here enter this particular place, something of that nature, depending on what you are looking at. But I have an idea of some of these things, so bear with me if I'm not using geological terms. I'm very sorry about that. So you see that you can see some of these things, some how what is happening around this place. So with this, in fact, with some of these things, you can do a whole lot of prediction. Now, when you have a data, you checked your 2017, you see what is happening. You look at the rate at which the water expanded to 2018. You look at the rate at which the water maybe expanded to 2019. You look at the rate at which it expanded to 2020. By the time you are getting to 2024, you can predict what will happen in 2025. Are you getting me? Because of now, you now begin to look at the trends. Okay, look at the pattern, look at the trends that this thing is flowing. In 2022, it expanded with 0.1, 0.01. In 2023, 0.0 something. Now you can now be able to tell whether in 10 years time whether this river will be able to expand the more. Are you getting me? Now, people that are also doing what's it called? Some persons you see a whole lot of prediction. People predict whether development will be able to come in a particular place or not, because they will use some of this imagery. They can use Google Earth imagery or some other imagery to be able to tell when they get the imagery of a particular year, get the second year, get the third year, fourth year, maybe for like 10 years interval. They will analyze all of them and be able to tell, oh, in 10 years time, because look at the rate at which development is coming in into this particular place. So you can use the rate, this particular rate, to determine in 10 years time whether development will actually come in that particular place. Look, also putting into considering factors affecting the development in a particular place and stuff like that. So um I think I've been able to show you one or two things on Google Earth, and I hope you can navigate on your own. You can be able to perform one or two things and be able to see and be able to come up with a good result in whatever analysis you are doing in the geological field or hydrogeological field. Thank you very much. I want to entertain questions now. Is there any question?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for that wonderful exposure and training on Google Earth Pro. Honestly speaking, for me, you've opened my eyes to some certain things which I never knew could be done with Google Earth Pro. So thank you so much for that big factor, for that exposure and insight. All right, so we are opening the floor for more questions. Just in case you have questions and you want to ask, please make use of the raise hand button or icon. So we will just allow you to speak and ask your questions. Please feel free. He's going to entertain. We still have some time, some minutes. So he's going to entertain questions. So I have Mr. Shola Bolaji and Mr. Solomon Omitogun. So Mr. Shola, you'll be the first person to ask a question. Please, you can unmute yourself and speak. Okay, I can see other hands to be raised. Mr. Shola, please ask a question. Unmute yourself and speak, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you to the presenter, Mr. Roma. Thanks for the insights. So I have a question. You mentioned something. I might not be very particular about the exact terminology you used. You said when you traced out the river using the path, you said it could be saved as something that one can, like a CAD file that you can export into another program, if I am right. But I was hoping you were going to show us how you do that. Okay, not just save as an image. I saw the part where we could save it as an image, but there was a polygon that you did, and then there was a part where you traced, where you use a path the part 2 to save to draw out the river. So can you please quickly show us how to save that? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry. I'm supposed to show you. Okay, look at this particular polygon. Whatever point you create on Google Earth, on this particular environment, will appear here. So look at our B1. Can you see our B1 here? This particular point. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can
Yes, I
see
can.
our B1. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So you can see our B1 here. You can actually even uncheck it. Like for me, I have multitude points here. This is what I use many times. So in fact, I've deleted some too. So you can see that um, you have some point here, some point here. B1, B2, you can uncheck it. So this our particular polygon. Look at it here. Once you click on it, double click on it, it will highlight by this side. So what you need to do is just for
Sorry, sir. Am I the
name it
only
very
one
well.
that is not seeing the picture moving? I don't know. Did you share your entire screen?
I can see the movement on my
Yes.
own.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. I've renamed it to Otamiri. Are you getting me? So I've renamed it. So what I need to do is to right click on it and you see save place as. You get? So I will just click on save place as. Then it will now save to KML. You can save it to KML or KMZ, but the best is to save to KML. Now your ArcGIS and your QGIS, we do understand KML file. Even those of you working with AutoCAD too, you will know that it also uses what's it called? You can also import KML to AutoCAD too. So even if there is no way for you to import it, there is a whole lot of ways you can manipulate it to get what you want. But basically, once you save your work in KML file, you can actually import it on any environment you are working on. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, you have. Thank you so much.
All right, sir.
So much, Mr. Shola. Thank you, Mr. Rima. All right, I can see another person. Please, could you please raise your hand? Who wants to ask again?
Sorry, can I
Okay.
ask my question?
Yes, I'll go on, please.
Daddy.
Okay. And thank you very much for the presentation. But I want to know, like you said, if we open the Google Earth software, we can pinpoint a particular location by typing the name of the place, right?
Yes.
So I want to ask, what if I have maybe coordinate values, but I don't know the particular place for which it is the values are for. Can I use coordinate values to pinpoint a place or a particular location on Google Earth? Then my second question is this. I really appreciate the fact that one can actually use the historical icon to check changes in the environment using this software. And I'm trying to soon work on seawater intrusion. So I want to ask that, is there a way one can create some maybe 4 images with 20-year period, maybe with 5 or 4 year interval to show the changes in sea water level between a particular period of year? For instance, let's say maybe from 2004 or 2004 to 2024, using 5 images with 4 year intervals. Is there a way we can use this software to generate like 4 or 5 images that will show how there have been changes on what sea water level between those periods? Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, thank you very much for that question. That was very intelligent question. Now, for using coordinates, like I told you earlier, I'm a surveyor, so sometimes we go to locations where they don't have name. Are you getting me? There is no name. Google does not recognize those places with name. Now, okay, see, just for instance, I'm going to Department of Geology in Futo. If I type Futo Owerri, it will only take me to Futo. I don't think maybe someone have registered Department of Geology in this Google Earth or in Google platform. Are you getting me? So you need it. Maybe you went there to pick the coordinates. What you need to do is still go to this your add place mark. Once you click on it, are you getting me? You can now change the coordinate of that place. This is where you type in the coordinates. Are you getting me?
Okay.
So
Okay.
you type in the coordinate of that particular point. Then once you type it, this thing, make sure you rename it. This kuso here, this place mark, we go to that point.
Okay.
Are you getting me? It will go to that point. So you need to be sure. That's why, first of all, if you are working in maybe Owerri, just type Owerri so that the place mark will not move too far. You can't just be, let's say, okay, let me show you something. There's something I want to show you now. Hope you are seeing my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, fine. So let's say you are on this particular page. You just open your your Google map, your Google Earth. Once you open it, this is how it will look like. Are you getting me? If you
Yes.
come here and add your place mark, if you come to this place and add your place mark, it will work. All right. It will actually show you, uh take you to the point. Now you will now be the one to start looking for the point. Are you
Okay.
getting me?
Yes.
It can be a bit difficult for you to look at the point. So I'm using look at for me, what I normally do is, for me, I've already mastered this thing, but for a beginner, what you just need to do is, let's say you are working in Asaba, you just type Asaba. It will take me to Asaba first of all. Are you getting me? So
Yes.
from there, you now enter, click on your place mark, and then it will now take you to Asaba. Are you getting me? So once you click on this place mark, you now add the coordinate of the point. Now remember, this is latitude and longitude. There's something I don't know whether in your field of study you could use WGS 84. I don't know the datum you are using, the geographic system you are using. But then for people that are using longitude and latitude, you don't have a problem with that. But if you are using UTM coordinates, you have a problem because you need to define your zone. Are you getting me? You need to define your zone. Now, for those using UTM coordinates, you see there's a option of zone. Initially, when I when I opened Google Earth for the first time, I was trying to determine locate my point. So I will come here. I'll just once the Google Earth open, I will just go to place mark and I will type in my coordinate here. The thing will just throw me off, take me to one country like that, or maybe one desert like that. I'll be like, what is happening? So the thing now made me I couldn't resolve the problem on. So I now started looking for the Nigerian map. So immediately I got the Nigerian map, I moved into Nigeria first. Before I move into the location where I know that okay, this is either Asaba or Warri or Edo, I'll just move into around that place and then type my coordinates. Are you getting me? But the best thing to do is you need to know your zone, the zone you are working with. For the southeast, they are using zone 32. I don't know whether Lagos they are using zone 31. So different places have its own zone in its own zone where it falls in. So if you are using UTM coordinate, you need to be very careful so it doesn't throw you off. And
I,
this
I even prefer the latitude and longitude coordinate values. It's easier
okay,
for me
okay,
than.
okay, that's fine. Then for the images of different years, that depends on is location dependent. What I mean is there are some places where uh Google Earth may not have captured or may not the Google Earth did not capture images around that place. Maybe there may be factors that affect capturing images around that place. So you need to look at your locations, the location of where you are working on. Are you getting me? So if you work
Okay.
on if your location is okay, use this historical slide to move back so you can see, oh, this place is this place is this place is this. Okay, look at the level of development around this place. Look at the level of development along around this particular place. So you see that with all these things, it's location dependent because me, I in fact I'm doing a project for somebody on land use land cover, and but then the person ne- i- the project was to get an imagery of from 2010 to 2024, and as I was downloading the imagery, I didn't actually use Google Earth for that analysis. I was using Landsat. Yes, that was what I was the image I was trying to remember since. So Landsat, that was what I was using, and there are some places I couldn't get imagery of that particular place. Not that I did not get the imagery of that particular place. There was cloud cover around that place. For those years, I wanted to get that image. So a lot of factors can affect your location where you are working on, but there are some locations where even 2007 you will still get your imagery without cloud cover. You still get a very good imagery. There are some years location where 2001 self you may even get a good imagery of that particular place. Are you getting me? So it depends on the location where you are working on. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
That person again with the question. Please, you can unmute yourself and speak. Do you anyone with question? Okay, someone is asking. It's the regular. Someone dropped a question on the chat. It said, "How can we get images from Landsat?" It says, "Sir, how can we get images from Landsat?" I don't know if you can answer that, please. Sir.
It just okay. Actually, it's outside the scope of what we are looking at, but it's very simple. All you need to do is go to what's it called? Go to USGS and register with the platform. Once you register, then um okay. What I will do is I will send a link for you to watch a video of my friend. I'm collaborating with my friend on a particular YouTube video. So we made a video on how to download satellite imagery. Are you getting me? So I can send you the video, send the link to you. So you just go on YouTube, watch it, and then download the imagery you are looking for. But you have to register with USGS. Once you type USGS on Google, it will take you there. So you just create an account with them. So that's all.
All right, thank you so much. All right, I don't think there are for any other question, right? So we just have barely some minutes to wrap up for today's section. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who has taken his or her time to join the call since Friday, Saturday, and today is the final day. I want to say a very big shout out to everyone. Thank you so much for staying true. Thank you to our guest speaker who has deliberately taken his time to share his knowledge. Honestly speaking, it has not been easy for each and every one of you to stay to this. I can see Mr. Solomon, Mr. Shola, Mr. Abdul Kadir, you guys have been following right from the very onset. Thank you so much. Right. So I believe the little knowledge you've gotten, Hydra Vision Hub might not have given you a lengthy hours, but the few we could do, we hope it has, added some. When I put it, it has added some feathers to your cap somehow. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate. Thank you once again. So we've come to the end of today's section, right? So I want to say a special shout out to Lenova for the collaboration. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so thank you, Mr. Shola. Thank you, Mr. Solomos. Thank you, our speaker. Thank you, Mr. Abdikander. Thank you once again. I'm Victoria. Mr. Rema, I don't know if you could drop your contact, maybe your LinkedIn, so they could follow you or something. They want to reach out to you, they could also do it too as well. Personally, on personal level, probably ask further questions after today's workshop. You could just drop it on the chat here, or you send it to me, so I will send it across to them. So just to inform you all, we've come to the end of the workshop. Man, I just want to say thank you. I never believed that it's behold, like at some point I was like, Victoria, can you do this? I was like, oh no. At the last week I was just like, ah, God. No, but I'm so grateful to God for everything. It has come to an end. Some people started, they could not finish. Some people I think we had a fuller house as a Friday. It was reducing. I know it's not easy, but for you guys that stick to this, I don't know how to say very big thank you. Thank you. It tell you that knowledge, to gain knowledge, it's just sometimes it doesn't come as a bed of roses. You still have to sacrifice your time, your effort, your just to ensure you get what you want. So thank you so much. I remain Victoria Ihiniti. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I share some important information that will interest you. For our next webinar or workshop, we will still pass it across or via our social media. So please, if you have not joined the WhatsApp group chat, please do so. And also, if you feel you want to, I know you have some professionals on the call and you want to anchor any section with Hydrovision Hub, you are open. We will welcome you. So just reach out to me and I will let you know what to do and when to do it. So thank you. Mr. Rema has just dropped his LinkedIn link, so you could follow him too. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Shola, thank you so much. I saw that. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Right. So I'll be sending in the link for the training. So you'll be getting it tonight. The recorded sections, as many of you that I'll be in as much as registered with us, to all the participants that registered. We had a huge number of people that registered, right? So all the people that registered, I know some people could not join because of their busy schedule. So we'll be sending it across to you on our YouTube channel. Please do well to full like and subscribe. I have not dropped any content on our YouTube channel. God, I've been so busy. I had a lot of. We'll be taking webinar like since last year, right? So I'll try as much as possible to revive that our YouTube channel so as to see it come back to life. So thank you so much and God bless you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Rema. Thank you, Mr. Solomon. Thank you, Mr. Shola. Thank you, Mr. Abdikader. Thank you so much. Thank you all. I actually
All right,
appreciate it.
thank
So
you,
just
Victoria. You
thank
guys
you
are
so much. So
doing a
just
fantastic job. Well done.
thank Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. Just to inform you of, please, I forgot to say that Lenovo is kickstarting a data science and machine learning training, just 10,000 naira. Just in case you're interested, I will drop the flyer on the group chat if you're there. So if you want to join, please feel free to learn the cohort 2 will be starting next week. So just in case you want to join or you want to learn, I'm telling you, you're going to have a wonderful experience with Lenovo. They have projects, you're going to carry out your projects and the rest, and also presentation skills and communication too as well, not just in data analysis business area. I think data analytics in the business sector, in data science too, and also machine learning, and also data and presentation and communication skills, right? So you're welcome to join. Thank you all. I truly appreciate. Maybe I will just share the screen for what the Lenovo guys are doing. I beg your pardon, please, just to share my screen. So I don't know if you can see my screen, guys. So this is what it entails. Just in case you can see the screen, this is what they are into, covering business analysis in Microsoft Excel, data analysis with Power BI, Python for data science, right? So the classes will be starting soon. So just in case you're interested, I bet you're not going to regret the time with Lenovo. They've started, this is the second cohort. So just in case you want to, you can reach out to me. I will send across the flyers to you. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. I actually appreciate. Like I said before, Radio Vision Hub is on a mission, and we need your support. We need you all to join so we could help fight this water contamination, the inavailability of water, in all, or in conclusion, water sustainability. This is one of my aim. By God's grace, I'm pushing further for my study. I'm trying as much as possible to see how I can push further in this area in my study. I'm currently a core member, so I'll be taking some research and see how to prepare solutions in this sector. I think recently I went to Abuja to present the hub on an important issue. So we are on a mission, and I encourage you all to please join the band. Like I said, if you want to present to us, you have anything you feel like you want to talk about, we are open. The floor will be open to you. We'll tell you when to do so. So just reach out to me. Feel free. You want to volunteer, please. We need you. Thank you so much, and do have a wonderful night rest. Happy Sunday.